Good morning, children. Today let us study about Poisson distribution. Okay, and in the last class we have studied about binomial distribution, and this Poisson distribution can be considered as a limiting case of binomial distribution. Okay, and this Poisson distribution got its name as it is derived by a French mathematician, Simon de Poisson, okay, in the 19th century. Okay, so as I told you, it can be considered as a limiting case of binomial distribution if it satisfies certain conditions. Okay, Poisson distribution can be considered as a limiting case of binomial distribution if it satisfies certain conditions. What are those conditions? First condition is number of trials is indefinitely large. In the sense it is infinitive, means n tends to infinity. That is the first condition. First condition is n tends to infinity. Number of trials is indefinitely large. And the second condition is that P, you know P. P means probability of success in each trial is indefinitely small. That means P tends to 0. P tends to 0. And the third condition is that NP, which was the mean of binomial distribution, we may say NP is equal to M, which is finite. This is a finite value. Okay, under these conditions, the probability function of Poisson distribution can be represented as P of R. P of R is equal to e raised to minus m into m raised to r by r factorial. P of r means probability that we are getting r successes is equal to e raised to minus m. We have seen n into p into m raised to r by r factorial. This is the probability function of Poisson distribution. Next, let us discuss some points regarding Poisson distribution. First is that Poisson distribution is a discrete probability distribution because the variable x may take only integral values ranging from 0 to positive infinity, and the value r, that is the probability of successes, thus ranges from 0 to 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. up to infinity. And if we know the value of m, we may obtain the corresponding probabilities. Okay, and the total probability is always 1. Okay, and since m is always greater than 0, m will be greater than 0, the Poisson distribution will be a positively skewed distribution. Poisson distribution is a positively skewed distribution. When m becomes large, Poisson distribution tends to be symmetrical. Okay, and another point is that m, which is the mean and also the variance of the Poisson distribution. That means mean is equal to variance is equal to m. Mean is equal to variance is equal to m. That is mu2. Mu2 is equal to m. Mu2 represent variance, that is equal to m. And these are the points to be remembered in connection with Poisson distribution, and m is the only parameter of Poisson distribution. If m is known, we may know all the probabilities. Okay, So m is the parameter of the Poisson distribution. Okay. So next let us move on to some problems. Between the hours 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., the average number of phone calls per minute coming into the switchboard of a company is 2.35. Find the probability that during one particular minute there will be at most 2 phone calls. Given e raised to minus 2.35 is equal to 0.095374. So you have seen the question. That means the average number of phone calls between the given time period is 2.35. Means per minute. Let us assume that x is the variable which denotes the average number of phone calls arriving at the switchboard of a company. Let it be 2.35, average number of phone calls. So let us, therefore, m will be 2.35. So number of phone calls per minute arriving at the switchboard of a company means that is very small. Therefore, this question or this situation follows Poisson distribution. Okay. So let us take m as 2.35. So question is that what is the probability that there will be at most 2 phone calls per minute. At most 2 phone calls per minute means less than or equal to 2. That is probability that x is less than or equal to 2. Maximum 2 phone calls in a minute. That means less than or equal to 2 means probability of 0 plus probability of 1 plus p of 2. Okay. So, what is the Poisson probability function? That is p of r is equal to e raised to minus m into m raised to r by r factorial. So, p of r again is equal to e raised to minus 2.35 into 2.35 raised to r by r factorial. Okay, then p of 0 will be e raised to minus 2.35 into 2.35 raised to 0 by 0 factorial. Next is p of 1. P of 1 will be e raised to minus 2.35 into 2.35 raised to 1 by 1 factorial. Next is p of 2. P of 2 will be e raised to minus 2.35 into 2.35 raised to 2 by 2 factorial. See, p of 0 is equal to e raised to minus 2.35 into 2.35 raised to 0. This will become 1 and 0 factorial is also 1. Therefore, this will be e raised to minus 2.35 into 1. And here, what happens? This will be e raised to minus 2.35 into 2.35 raised to 1 will be 2.35 by 1 factorial means 1. So, this is the final result. Here what happens? E raised to minus 2.35 into 2.35 square divided by 2 factorial means 2. So the answer will be 2.76125. So let us consolidate this. So P of 0 plus P of 1 plus P of 2 is equal to e raised to minus 2.35, which is taken out into 1. That is in the case of P of 0. 1 plus 2.35, that is in the case of P of 1, plus 2.76125 in the case of P of 2. So the value of e raised to minus 2.35, you know that the value of e means e is the base of the natural logarithm, which its value is 2.71828. So, and also you may obtain the value of e from your calculator. So the value is 0.095374 into 1 plus 2.35 plus 2.76125. So it's the consolidated value is 6.11125 into e raised to minus 2.35. So this is the final answer. Okay.